3 wins for Chris Buescher.
Man's got
Three.
it all.
Speaking
He's got
of
it.
3, we're all 3 back together.
Everyone showed up. Chris Buescher has
Buescher.
brought together the world in unity. Chris Buescher is the new king of NASCAR, the new intimidator, the greatest driver to ever live. Chris Buescher. We did not know for all these years.
Yes.
Chris Buescher has won 4 races in less than a year in a Roush car.
That's awesome.
It's ridiculous is what it is.
Roush back.
What's wrong with Ryan
Bring him
Newman?
back.
What's wrong with Brad Keselowski? What does this man right here know that no one knows, that he can drive a mid-car to all these wins?
I don't know, but
Look at him.
he's on fire.
There he is.
He has taken his next form.
On fire.
Oh, he will destroy everyone. Listen, at no point at the start of the season or last season did I think, oh, man, we're going to be talking about Chris Buescher making a cup run for the cup. This is ridiculous.
Yes.
Mind-blowing. Oh, there's so many more things to talk about. What did you guys think just overall about this whole Daytona race? Did you dig it?
No.
You didn't like Daytona?
No, my guy didn't make it.
Well, but the
Playoffs.
racing itself, was the racing good to your satisfaction?
I liked the
It was
racing.
fun.
We had some 3-wide racing. It looked
Yeah.
like there for at least a little while you could pass from the, come from the back of the field if you needed to.
Right.
So, yeah, that was a good race.
Much better than the 2 weeks prior at the road
But it's-
courses, that's for sure.
Definitely. The road courses were getting a little long. Maybe, I don't know that they fix it, right? We only got the Roval left. So if changes are probably next year. Right?
No, NASCAR can just say
That's
throw the
true. I mean,
flag.
they can, but will they at this point with the playoffs going on? Will they be like, let's change the rules?
At the Roval, they don't
That's
get
true.
too spread apart anyway.
It's true, and
but
it's oval, Roval, right? So it's part regular track. I don't know. Before we get caught up in it, though, why don't we just get it going? You ready? Let's wrap this up, baby boy. Wrap it up. Oh, it's Wrap It Up, the paint scheme show, looking at every paint scheme coming up for the upcoming race. This week, it's Darlington number 2. We're looking at them in the order of how they finished coming out of Daytona number 2. The regular season has ended, and now it is playoff time. And the man you don't think you're going to see everything about is right here on top. Can Chris Buescher win again?
I know where he got that sword.
It's Bristol, baby. He did get that.
If he doesn't
He's
win,
bestowed the
I
power.
think he wins in the playoffs somewhere.
Right?
If not this weekend, Bristol again.
Yeah. He's running so well. Like I feel like
don't
the
know.
6 is going to stumble into something at this point, just as much as they're both up front, right? I mean,
you should.
should. I don't know. I think Chris Buescher can go deep at this point, honestly. Listen, this is the best Ford team there is, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this 2-car Roush team is the top Ford team in NASCAR,
Yeah.
which is probably mind-blowing to Ford, right? All those money they've spent on them.
And they're both in the playoffs. Brad's in on points.
Right?
Brad's
It's cra-
really good at Darlington.
That's right. Anything can happen. Look at this, though. The Build Submarines car.
Dude, this car
They
is hot.
shared- It is hot.
Yes.
Look, right off the bat, listen, Chris Buescher got so much energy. I'm just going to throw it out first thing. I don't want to displease Chris Buescher because I feel like maybe he's got some kind of power at this point that he could destroy me with his mind. So, wrap of the week, Chris. Keep the flaming sword away from us, baby. We are digging that. I tell you what. What else we got? Oh, there's his buddy right there.
These cars look very similar.
Yeah.
They do. It's a big green
This a
week.
Plumbing company?
Plumbing company. I believe it's a northern, like Boston-based plumbing company, but I could be
Sponsoring
absolutely
Darlington?
wrong. They've sponsored quite a few races for Keselowski. I guess
All year they've been knocking it out of the park with these paint schemes.
I know. What do you do?
Yeah.
They're right at the front. They got all the paint schemes. Maybe just shut down NASCAR.
This
Shut down the
one-
Cup
is it-
Series.
this one
Roush
looks-
is taking it over.
Is it the Keselowski ownership factor making the difference?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. I think it is. Jack.
You used to not like
Stay home.
Keselowski. Is he
I
likable
still
now?
don't like him.
Is he a little more likable now?
No, but I respect the hell out of what he's doing. He's crushing it. He's beautiful paint schemes. He's got people winning races. He's going off. Listen,
Hey, I hope he
I'm not a
does.
fan of the guy. Never was. I'm starting to feel him a little bit more. He's doing something.
Well, yeah, he's like close to 90 races without a win, and I hope he breaks it soon.
I think he will. I think he can win before the year's out. Like, all of a sudden, Roush is just amazing to me. It's mind-blowing. I just can't get over it. I tell you what. Look at this. Here's a guy.
Good
Speaking of
finish.
Ford,
He was done.
Ford's still at the front.
Right. Biggest news I've got for you. Listen, last week we were talking. There's all those rumors last week that Stewart-Haas goes down to 2 cars next year. 10 and 41 go away, right? And the possibility of 2311 moving to Ford from Toyota, like craziness.
Yeah, I thought they looking at that for 2025, right?
No, apparently,
the Ford?
supposedly maybe going to happen next year because the contract's up for Denny on everything right now. But Stewart-Haas has come out this week now. Yesterday, they told someone that it's all bullcrap, and they intend to field all 4 cars next year 100%.
I would have thought they were
But-
maybe reducing by 1 at least.
Well, that was what we were talking about because it is not announced, but it's for sure Smithfield's gone. And
Eric's
they
out.
say that Eric is gone as the
Because
same
he
thing.
announced retirement about this time last year, right?
Well,
or a little earlier.
he got a third here. Maybe he's waiting to see if he does anything else. I don't know if he's got Talladega. He could maybe still win at this season.
Yeah.
He might be able to get something, but it looks like the Smithfield 10 car is definitely going away. The 10 car may still exist. Who are they going to put in it? Who's going to drive it? Who does Stewart-Haas have?
Haley Deegan.
Listen, if it were like 3 years in the future, I would believe you. I think that could happen down the road. Ford could pay for that, but I believe they've got to pay somebody else off in Xfinity first. So, who else we
Riley
got?
Herbst.
Oh,
Riley May. What is going on? This your rap of the week?
This is not a rap of the week.
Oh, shut it down. Here's your boy. Look, he didn't make the playoffs. How do you?
He thought he had a chance to win the race.
He did. He's in 4th. Couldn't do it.
Look, all that money, and he can't get it done. All right.
Right. What do you? Who do you blame? Is it really the snowboarding's fault?
Yes,
Totally snowboard's fault.
it is.
Okay, I believe you.
But think about it. The 2 injured drivers that missed races for Hendrick,
Right.
not in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously that makes sense.
So
But
Hendrick's going to start rewriting those driver contracts.
do you think it's
You can't do anything else ever.
maybe
He's going to have people drive them to work for them.
chauffeurs?
Yes.
Do you think? Without the break, definitely the 9 and the 48 make it into the playoffs?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. Like
No,
they really haven't.
no, yeah.
The 48's been
You just
mid
don't.
at best.
You just don't know if it's
I- no,
momentum
if that-
lost because of that or not.
Right. It's hard to tell.
If
I mean, the points, look at the points. At the very end of the points, when you're getting down to the last bit, I mean, it is pretty open. Look, you've got, basically that, almost everybody, just like by 12 points total from 8 to 16. So really, one stage can completely change 2/3 of the playoff grid in points. That's how close it is.
yeah.
Anyway, so Chase ain't going to win. Here's somebody trying to win. He's got more yellow. Do you like yellow?
He loves it.
He loves.
I like the yellow.
I'm becoming a big fan of yellow. I'm working on it. We're getting a lot of yellow around
Come
here.
on, Joey. Change something. Joey.
Another Ford.
You haven't heard from Joey in a long
What
time.
are we? Four
Hasn't made any
Fords in the
noise.
top 5?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
what we are?
Ford. Yeah. Chase
But
is the only person.
But this is
not a
his
Ford.
time of year.
I guess.
think he's
Former
gonna come on?
champion. I think he finds a win in the playoffs. I think he's Final Four material.
He usually does find a win in the playoffs somehow.
Maybe.
so-
Maybe he's not having a good season though. I mean, but he's still Joey Logano, and it's still Penske. I think round of 8 still. I think.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too. They're too big a team to not let Joey Logano, especially since the 2 hasn't made it. The 12's maybe running even worse. I don't know. The 12's up and he's down. I don't know. Who knows? Penske's going to put money at it though. Oh, the night scheme.
Oh.
This is the night.
Oh yeah. This is a night race.
It is a night race, and it's going to be a dark color. Again, got to be hating yourself if you're at Hendrick and you didn't make the playoffs. Oh well.
Well, it's a cool paint scheme.
It is. I agree. 100%. I think it's great.
We love it.
Oh, the
There's
man.
another one.
He won this while we were at
McLaren.
Talladega.
Yes.
Oh, yes, he did.
And now we got the yellow updates. Why did they go with yellow as the color for the playoffs, you think?
What, for the name?
It's just
Yeah,
kinda
just in
been,
the... Well, I mean,
It's just
usually...
kind of been that Cup Series thing since Nextel sponsored it.
Well, Nextel Sprint, yeah, but then wasn't it green when Monster was the main sponsor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they went back to yellow. Maybe yellow stands out. I'm just wondering why yellow. Maybe none of the
It just
main
looks like the
title sponsors are
rookie
yellow.
bumper stripe is what
Right? That's what it makes.
of.
I guess it's supposed to make them stand out, though. It does.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rest of the field doesn't even really matter anymore.
They're just moving markers.
Yes, they are.
Moving markers. Let's do
Moving
one.
billboards.
One more?
One more. Here's the Liberty scheme. Slightly different. He's got the yellow banner and the yellow fin on the back.
The flames aren't normal with Liberty, are they?
They do look a little different now that you say it, actually.
I think the flame.
I think
kinda
you're
deal
right.
is a little bit
It
different.
looks like one of the flames are cut off.
Yeah, and I don't know that it had that big a flame. I think the word Liberty was bigger, like university, maybe.
Huh.
I don't know. I need to look at it.
Liberty,
But now that you've said it, though, it kind of does look a little different to me. I think you're right. Willie B, still, in my mind, the man to beat.
Well,
Are
we're
you
tied,
sure? You
right?
sure it's not this guy?
Huh?
We're tied with
Well,
Truex.
he's tied, but in my
are-
mind, I still think he edges out Truex as they go on. I think age catches up with Truex.
I think it's this guy. He's the one to beat.
Well, maybe. He's got that flaming sword to get that flaming car. Phew, man, you don't mess with Chris Buescher. I'll tell you what. Oh, folks, we are giving away things every single week, and somebody's winning them sometimes. We gave away a press junket pass that someone stole out of Bristol Motor Speedway in the 90s last week, and we've got more of them. But this week we have a item that is just mind-blowing.
Oh,
to
my
you.
gosh.
Look at this. Oh, it is a Carl Edwards 19... I started to say 99, but no. It's the 99 car. 10. It comes apart. It could store things. There may be something secret in it. You may get a mystery gift.
How do we win it?
Well, first of all, you got to fill out an application.
I'm not giving the Wheaties box away.
You got to go to your Social Security office locally and fill out an application to receive early Social Security payment retirement benefits. Once you're denied, send us that application. We will process that paperwork along with your credit card number, and you could be the winner if you're selected. Why are you just pushing buttons?
There
What
it is. Cold custard.
to win this Wheaties box with Dale Sr. on it and a metal tin of the 99 Carl Edwards Office Depot car.
Man.
We give away prizes that people can't even think about in other shows. Oh, just really put in the comments who's going to win at Darlington this weekend. That's all you got to do, and then we'll pick out somebody of the winners.
Tell us.
You think that's right?
Speaking of who's winning, who's supporting us?
Well, that's an even better question. If you want to be a winner, like Chris Buescher, you want to check out White Blaze Outdoors. Have you ever talked to the people at White Blaze Outdoors?
I have.
What do you think? Did you feel like when you were speaking to them that maybe you were somewhere? Don't get me wrong here. I don't want to get weird, but I'm just the first thing that comes to mind is the description in the Old Testament of the Holy of Holies, right? Like you're just worried, like if I go past that curtain over there, I might just drop dead, right? So it's craziness, right? That's what I feel at White Blaze Outdoors. I feel they've got some supernatural power that is drawing us. They are going to provide you with the best trip you've ever had in Southwest Virginia, Northeast State. Why don't you call them? Jordan, why don't you call them?
I might.
It's a question.
I might.
Call them, Jordan. Get out there. You need the break. All right, speaking of, let's take that break. Come back right after this and look at more paint schemes. How you feel about that? Woo! Awesome. Oh, it's Wrap It Up Stage 2.
Yeah.
Hey,
dog.
hey.
We're looking at them paint schemes. Guys, this next boy, he almost had something, right? Everybody's like, get that final win.
I thought it was going to happen.
But
I did too, kind of.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, he made the playoffs, but points. It's kind of like, okay, everybody likes you. You can be in. Sure. Yeah. Notice the 4 has yellow around it this week. That's new.
It's
Mm.
it's got a new sponsor.
It's got
the
a
Take 5 oil change.
Take 5. I just go to the.
I saw one of those today in
It's Bristol, baby.
Really?
yeah.
I know there's one in Abingdon.
I saw one today in Bristol.
Wow. Well, they're spreading, I guess. So take 5.
Take 5. Sit in your
They
car.
probably should have sponsored the Larson car. Would have made more sense.
Take
The
5. We'll take 5.
Take 5.
Hey, I like
The mobile 1, he's got all the numbers. He's got a 1,
good.
a 4, a 5. Take 5 on the 4 with a mobile 1.
Man.
But it looks good this week.
But does he get another win before he retires?
Man,
It's
you
not
know,
looking good.
it's not looking good. He's good at Darlington. He has 2 wins
Yeah.
at Darlington in like the last 10 years, right? Or something.
Yeah, he's got.
He's won since the pandemic. Didn't he win pandemic year? Like when the first
When
Darlington
they did
everything
like
was shut
They
down.
did like a 500K race instead
Yeah.
of 500 mile.
I think
I think so.
he was the one who got that. Yeah, it's a possibility. I don't know. I don't think this weekend though. That's just me. What a finish!
Ooh.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah, boy.
For the Corey
Corey.
La Joy.
Now,
Corey's got all the money.
was the 77 car in this paint scheme last week?
It was.
Yes.
Gamebridge is sponsoring everybody at Spire Motorsports. They're so excited about what's coming.
Any news about
well,
Spire
you know,
besides this guy, multi-year deal?
Wait till we get to the 77. I've got news.
Okay.
Speaking of,
Oh my God!
Ty Dillon.
It's the boy.
there he is.
Not the man. It's the boy.
He's got some
Almost
energy.
a top 10.
Almost.
How many top 10s has Ty Dillon had in his career? Did we say
7.
7.
7 top 10s.
That's it.
In his Cup career ever.
10 years, 228 races.
And he was up. Listen, when the restart came, the final restart, I was watching. I was like, "Oh crap, Ty's in 10th." So I was watching it. He wasn't on the news on the View very much, but he ran that top 10 for a long time, like battling people, and held 10th for a while. Maybe he backed off because it was his teammate.
Does it get him a new contract?
Maybe. Let me tell you, he's gone from the 77, definitely. 100% Ty's out of the 77, which opens up the 77 to maybe the leading candidate, from what I hear, is Carson Hocevar. A possibility. There's some other people. Ty, though, actually is a possibility for another car, which I did not believe was the case.
31?
It is a possibility Ty is going to the 31.
Or is the SVG idea falling off?
The
after
SVG
injured
has said he
reports?
wants to stay at Trackhouse.
Okay.
And so Trackhouse is trying to figure out how to do it. 31,
I-
though, says the team owner says they have a deal worked out and it happened quick. He hasn't told what it is, so we'll get an announcement soon. It could be Ty, but at the same time, the insiders are saying that Austin Hill was planning on going to Keurig, right? But he wasn't going to drive the 31. He was going to drive the 16. And the plan is Dinger goes back to Xfinity full time next year. I think maybe Dinger's just not having fun. And when he came back, he was like,
wouldn't be.
Well, when you're winning, you're having fun.
right, exactly. And they're not winning. So maybe that's what he wants to do. And Austin Hill went ahead and signed with RCR again. So he's out of the picture. So there's a possibility that they need 2 drivers over at Keurig Coffee Maker Racing.
That's it.
Very possibility.
This paint scheme. I like it.
It got the Raz.
But
You ever had the Raz?
once again,
This one's been on there before.
It has. It has. It's a little bit different. They changed it up. This is the blueberry. What does it say? Blueberry block.
Bobble G Bob.
Beeble bobble.
That's
block.
it.
Blue blockers. It's
There's another,
the flavor of those old sunglasses.
I wonder if they
Blue blockers.
sell the Bubble G Bubble at McDonald's.
Well, if you order it, it's
This-
on the secret menu.
This car is actually sitting on our table.
Look at that.
Oh,
If we could just
And
plan
perfect.
them all out like that, it'd be
this
awesome.
actually, I like this. It
Made
looks
the
a little
playoffs.
bit different than their other McDonald's schemes.
They did some. Well, he's got the yellow there
Hey,
because he made the playoffs.
like-
He's the 16th driver,
As long as there was not a new winner and he just finished the race, he was in good shape.
right? Still,
There he is.
still -8 under. I'm not hating on Bubba. I like Bubba.
Does
but
he advance to the round
I
of
don't think he
12?
does.
I was getting right.
I think he's first round cut.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
I hate to say that, but I think so. And I mean, it was close for me.
Bubba Wallace probably goes out of the round of 16 with Kenny Wallace.
Kenny.
Kenny definitely getting shot down. He didn't do what he's supposed to. I don't see Bubba running well there. Hey, Michael McDowell. He had a good run, honestly, last week. I thought he was going to be in contention. He did drive for front row, you know. He won a race over there.
Chris Buescher
Chris
did.
Buescher is a lot more talented than any of us understand, apparently.
Yes.
He won in front row. He's winning all these Roush races.
at this motherload.
He's
Look
got
at
it.
that. Stage front, VIP. Get it? You go right to the front of the stage. Sure, the concert you're buying is for Rick Ashley, but you're front of the stage. Be the VIP.
Well, listen, this guy doesn't get out around a 16 either.
So what now?
This guy does not come out of the round of 16 either.
You know what? That's the easy thing to say, I think, is that he's an easy cut. But honestly, he's had some good, consistent runs. I think he may surprise us and make it to 12 and then get cut.
What if he makes it to 12 and wins the Roval and makes it
Oh my
to
God.
8?
what I'm saying.
An 8? What if he makes the Final Four? If he makes the Final Four, listen, I will buy us all tickets to Phoenix. We will fly to Phoenix if Michael McDowell makes the final
cheering him
race.
on.
We will go.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have the faith that it's going to happen, so I'm making this statement. But also, if it happens, it's so crazy, we'll do it.
Well, I don't think he makes it around the 12 because the Roval is not early enough for him.
What do you mean?
He's
Break it down for me. Give me more
He has
info.
some good runs at
The
Bristol.
Roval is the round of 12.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying he gets out of 16?
Yeah, he doesn't.
So
make
he can't
it out.
even
Yeah,
win
he's
in
not gonna
12.
have the
Okay.
chance 'cause
I'm with
he's
you.
gonna get cut too early.
Darlington is not his best track, but Ford, again, think
Ford.
about Ford. Ford is hot, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. Look at these stats.
I know.
Ford.
This guy's in a Ford.
There's so many Fords. Who?
This guy's in a Ford. What's he doing?
He ain't in a Ford. He used to be in a Ford.
This guy's not.
This guy's not. We don't have the updated banner here, but he's running that Yahoo.
He's in a Ford.
Yeah.
He
So
is.
what? Cole Custard is not in this car.
No.
You got
Will this guy be in a Ford next year? That's the question.
definitely not.
Will-
Definitely not.
Is Denny stay in the? We're not on Denny.
This is not
Never
Denny.
mind. Sorry, I looked at
It's
the
Christopher
Bale. Sorry, we're
Yeah.
on the wrong
It's
car.
hey, they run the same freaking scheme, right?
You're right. It's I've gotten
I
so
mean,
used to these
Barney
schemes.
and Friends.
Right.
FedEx is nowhere to be found.
They came back. What was it? 2 weeks ago when they were advertising people should be warm
Yeah.
and that they cared about people being warm. Yeah, they came back one race.
FedEx.
Okay.
Is that Indy?
It was Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Well,
Yahoo.
Glad you're back, FedEx.
Yeah. Okay.
Christopher Bell. He's been awful quiet.
He has. Maybe he. Last year it was all about the end. I'm not worried about it. They switched crews though. They switched the 54 and the 20s crews and crew chiefs yesterday.
Chiefs?
For the playoffs.
I think so.
For the playoff. What?
I don't know. I could be wrong about the crew chiefs.
Right.
Definitely crews have changed. Well, I think the 54 crew is apparently faster than the 20. And since the 54 didn't make it, they're going to give him to the 20, which makes sense.
Makes sense.
How do you think those guys feel about it? Like the tires?
You know-
think those guys don't care.
The guys on the 20 are probably the guys on the 54 are cool with it because now they can get a ring right for being a part of the championship. But the guys who have got him to that playoffs probably pissed off, right? Because now you can't win that cup with your guy. I mean, they'll still get a ring because they contributed all year, but when the victory lane comes at the end, if he wins the cup, they don't get up there.
I wouldn't be too happy about it.
I wouldn't either.
But I'm not worried about it.
You're not worried about it.
Skippers or shippers?
This is a Uniship.
Uniskippers.
This is a part of the Mr. Worldwide Shipping Company.
Express.
We definitely need some kind of pit bull sound, don't we? That's it right there.
That's it.
That's it. 17th. And also, listen, we should mention this. We totally skipped 2 positions. After McDowell, if you go back, after McDowell, there would have been the 62 of Austin Hill got 14th. Then Chandler Smith got in the 13 got 15th.
For colleague?
For colleague racing, yeah. He's outran everybody, I guess. And then you got Christopher Bell in 16th. Then the 1 car in 17th place. Every single week the 1 car has been mid-pack. The entire summer.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I've been saying maybe they're trying crap, but now I'm starting to be like, I don't know. Especially like Daytona.
He doesn't have any mojo, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, Trackhouse has lost that mojo since that.
Maybe.
Which race did he win after the Chicago Street Course? Nashville.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So since
Which he
Nashville,
dominated Nashville.
Yeah.
And
The
then-
99s ran halfway decent, right?
No.
At the road courses, he got
Yeah.
didn't he get 4th?
He was
Yeah.
leading at Watkins Glen.
Week
He
before last,
screw
yeah.
up on.
Yeah.
No, at Indy he was leading and he screwed up on pit road.
Yeah. That's what I thought. They had something. I thought both of them were going to
Yeah.
make it. Oh, the big man.
Hey, you know what Eric Jones likes?
What's that?
He likes to send people flying into outer space.
He does.
Yeah, didn't he win this race last year?
He
Was it
did.
last year?
He did win. Not
Darlington, yes.
yes, the 500,
Yeah,
right?
he won the Southern 500.
He's won it twice. He
Yeah.
knows
He
this
won it.
track.
We were there when he won it in the 20.
Yeah.
Motherload.
We were. He very well could pull it off again, I honestly believe. I really believe he knows that track. The cars suck, sure. But the way these things, listen, with all the race strategy and late
I ain't going to
cautions and
Disney World
everything that
either.
hits it, it could happen. He knows what he's doing at this track. I'll give him that. This is his best track.
Well, I think this is obviously the bright spot for this team. in a
Sure.
rough
They put a
year.
sun on it. It's very bright.
New owner. You know, we don't have to go into the Noah deal.
Well,
But they're switching to Toyota, and I
You're
think
the
this
boss,
guy's
Jimmy.
excited.
I'm the
yeah,
boss.
I definitely think he's excited for that. I think the rest of the season probably sucks, though, because they're on an island of nobody caring about them, right? Toyota don't care yet. Chevy hates them.
There
already.
he is.
There's your boy.
One more.
20th. He got a top 20.
Man,
Well, it wasn't good enough.
Not even close. Not even close.
He was up
Yeah.
front for a bit.
he had to win.
Let me ask you this. I'm shooting way far. If we go one more season without Suarez getting a win, does he still get to stay at Trackhouse?
I'm worried about his seat next year.
That fact? I think he's already re-signed, right?
He has.
He's
But,
got. You think you would cut him and put SVG in there? Is that what you're
I
thinking?
mean, Pitbull's got money.
Well, he can run a third car then.
Listen, I think
I'll listen.
he was run good enough to keep the seat.
Yeah.
Obviously,
He's got sponsors.
you know, I think Pitbull would like to keep a Hispanic driver in the car.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I would worry about you next year. Does he keep that ride?
I don't know. We'll find out. A lot can happen, though.
He's had a ton of chances in the Cup Series, and
He has. But he's also had some terrible crap.
yeah,
I think listen, Carl Edwards retiring moved him up sooner than they wanted to the 19. And then the 41 sucked. And then the 96 shouldn't even been on the track. Right? I mean,
yeah, I remember that. I was watching the All-Star race that year at Bristol.
right. Look at this.
Gaunt
Look at
Brothers
that.
Racing.
Look at that. That's
Man.
a box with a picture of a man people worship on it. It used to have wheat in it and
Get it.
sugar. Oh, what
You
a
need
deal.
it.
If you want to know how to own that, go back and watch segment 1. Let
Yep.
us know what you knew. All right, we're going to take a break here, check out what's going on over with all the plebes, and see what we can come up with. We'll be right back after this message from White Blaze Outdoors that I'm about to give you right here. Jordan, go ahead. Tell us about White Blaze.
White Blaze. You want to go see nature?
Mm-hmm.
Go do it.
There it is.
White Blaze Outdoors. They will hook
You sold
up.
it, baby. You sold it. Good job.
All right.
Love it. Check out White Blaze. We'll be right back. Oh, we got that segment 3 vibe flowing. I feel it in my chakra, you know? I got it going on.
Woo.
We have got big energy around here. Looking at them paint schemes, folks. If you are digging what you're seeing, just keep watching. We're looking at every scheme for Darlington coming up this weekend. We appreciate you 7 people on YouTube looking at us and you 497,000 people on Facebook watching us. We are what they call trash, or if you haven't watched the show before, this is Jordan. What he does, he's like a monkey. He just pushes buttons. I love it. It's entertaining. I am talking about nothing. I appreciate it. All right, so
Hey, this is what I was waiting on right there.
the 31?
Yeah.
Trash.
To be
Not,
trash, yeah.
not just the paint scheme.
You're just
going to
you're
Disney
fast on
World
the draw.
Listen, what is Rick Ware Racing going to do with a full-time driver next year?
They're going to
You
build.
think they put him in every race next year?
Let me ask you this: does he get to drive the same number every race, or is it like he's in 1551 flopping,
I bet you he ends up in the 36 front row car a few times.
just moving him around?
Yeah.
I don't know what their plan is. It makes me think even more though that Rick Ware's obviously on some type of heavy drug because I just don't understand it. I don't know. They're going to
Nurtec.
build. Yeah,
He's
right.
on the Nurtec.
That's what it is. He's took so much Nurtec, it's ate away the connections in his brain to stop the headaches. He just doesn't have it anymore. He's just putting oatmeal and soup in his mouth like, get me the driver for the 15. Get Haley over here.
There he is.
There he is, king of everything, Chris Busher. Oh,
Who's in the car this
another
week?
driver, Kosen Harsavar.
Oh, he's
going to go over. I think this is
So-
a deal from Spire to loan him out to see what he can do. And plus, again, it doesn't matter what he does. He's definitely, I think, going to be in some car and Cup next year.
so he's just skipping
So-
Xfinity Series altogether.
Yeah.
So
Smith may do the same thing, right? Everybody's wanting to pull Smith directly out of trucks that are running the 38 and take him straight to Cup. Here's the problem.
Oh, Zane.
Zane, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, is the truck and the Cup car are too similar in how they drive that the Xfinity car is just kind of useless now because it drives so different
Yeah.
that like you're not getting like the experience you were. So you're learning a whole different kind of car. So, I mean, it makes sense just to like go straight into it. I have no idea. I don't even know where it's at on the thing. There it is.
Carson.
Speaking
I don't know.
Speaking
Carson.
of what happens with the 42 car the rest of the season, Mike Rockefeller was in it.
Yeah.
Who
Who was last week? Wasn't
it was
Rockefeller?
Barry.
Josh Berry.
Josh Berry, yeah.
Does
I think maybe they
Cars
just keep
park-
doing this.
Yeah, if they want Carson the Cup Series to give him the.
It gives them a real idea of maybe who can do what. Also, well, I mean, Barry's
I
not, but
was
these
gonna-
other guys are
we-
kind of auditioning for this ride, right?
But we probably see Josh Berry more just so they
Maybe.
give him the
Just to fill
Cup
it in.
experience.
I
This is one
guess.
of the four
But
car.
but Chevy doesn't care about giving him experience because he's going to a Ford.
But
But they don't care because they're going to Toyota. So they're all
yeah,
don't care together.
We can
Well,
probably drive this car.
Maybe. It is the 42.
I-
Ty Dillon was in it.
if
We can probably do this.
If I'm starting a team, I'm going to Pontiac.
Heck yeah. I'm going to Pontiac. Ain't nobody driving Pontiac. You get all the Pontiac money.
That's right.
Wow.
Look at something here.
Affliction. Is that
Y'all
like
into Affliction?
the clothing?
Kinda cool.
I used to be into
Okay.
it.
That's your thing.
That's a
Is that-
LA.
is it
That's
the
a West
clothing?
Coast thing, right?
Is it
I don't know.
clothing?
It is
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a West
I thought it was
Coast-
like a generic tap out. Is what I thought.
Well,
But I could be wrong.
This is not my rap for the
You
week.
still hate it. It is kind of busy. They have the team name. Wait a minute. Does BJ McLeod own this company or something? He has a deal with them for years. But Live Fast is the name of the team. Maybe they just have a really tight deal with Affliction. I don't know.
That's part of their slogan.
Oh,
Affliction
their slogan's
clothing
Live Fast. Oh.
clothing company.
Well, so that worked out great, right?
Yeah.
They're like, look, we named our company after you. Just come up here. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay, yeah, I never thought of that. I like the colors. I like the black with the red and white.
Really?
Something.
Because
I do. I
it
just like.
looks terrible.
I like color schemes of those colors. It sucks. It's not the greatest thing. This isn't my kind of thing. I don't wear
This
Affliction. I have plenty of afflictions. I don't need a shirt that says it. You know. The club's back.
Oh.
Put it on the steering
Ooh.
wheel.
this guy's got a real shot. We've been saying
Yeah.
it every week for a month and a half of Sundays.
Give me a percentage, both of you. What's his
I say right now 60%.
60%? It's him.
What? They
Yeah.
wins the cup?
Yeah, 19. What do you think? What that it's him over anybody else over the other 15? Let's look at the points.
3.333.
So 1/3 of all goodness
Well, when
is
he
on him.
gets to the,
Yeah, it makes sense.
If you know, if
I
he-
think that's pretty
if
fair.
he makes it to
I think
Phoenix,
it's pretty good.
he's got a 25% chance.
Sure, right? Maybe
You know why?
maybe better depending on who else is there.
That's called the championship 4.
Right. But what if
And
one of
you
them?
take 100% divided by 4.
Okay,
you
but
get
hold on. Listen to me.
25%.
You got to calculate the percentage
Look at these-
that he gets there.
Look at these points, okay? Hear me out. What if Ricky makes it to the Final Four? Does he still only have a 25% chance? Or can we take some of Ricky's chances away and give them to everybody else?
I'm not worried about any of this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is Ricky bad enough that he gets to continually do it?
That would definitely up his shot.
I think so. I don't know. 19 definitely's in it, though. You're right. Him or Byron, I'm feeling, oh, look at this. It's Waffle Man. Ladies and gentlemen, our new mascot for Wrap It Up, Waffle Man. If you watch any of our earlier shows, you know we are into AI, and maybe you're seeing that at the commercial breaks now. We asked an AI, make a mascot for us. And this is what the AI said would be a good mascot for our podcast about race car paint schemes. He is wearing a driver's suit, though, but he's
Yeah.
Waffle Head Man.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he relates to anything or whatever, but here he is.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we'll have a full costume just walking around with a waffle head.
I think we need a corn dog man.
Yeah, you know what? That would have made a lot more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We got to get in the corn dog game.
Take a look at this
I hope-
motherload.
Right there. That voice, that's Waffle Man's voice.
That is.
That's how he sounds like.
He likes this Air Jordan car.
He's just hanging around. I think it's because Jordan likes buttons.
Even though this is this is so plain, but I like
Right?
it
It does,
for some
man.
reason.
It's plain, but it's hot.
Yeah.
He ran the Carolina Blue at one point. It was a
Hey,
slightly
look.
different.
For me,
That's Wrap of the Week. Yeah, I don't blame you.
rap of the week.
It's hot. One. It's hot.
So
How far How far can your boy go in the wrap of the week?
Tyler Reddick.
Yeah. How far down?
I think Reddick goes to the round of 8, and he's eliminated in the round of 8.
I can see that. I don't see him making Final Four. Definitely. I can see 8, 12.
Yeah, 8's pretty reasonable.
Unless something goes very wrong. And
He's out.
What if? This is a big one. Okay, I had him consider this. What if the Toyota deal doesn't hold up with 23XI and Denny? What if Denny has to make a switch and Toyota just cuts them off in the playoffs? Like, of engineering ideas and stuff.
Oh.
Would they? Or would they let them keep them supported to win the cup? Or would they give them all the good stuff?
Look, this is my pick to go round of 8 right here. Just like Justin said.
Round of 8. I mean, a lot of people aren't taking hard stands on the round of 8, but, I mean, you can.
Speaking of, his owner, Denny Hamlin, is not in FedEx again.
Sport Clips.
Of
course, he'll have a yellow banner that will stand out.
Look, back to the big question.
Yeah.
Is this man, it
He is a
feels
man,
like
yes.
the Kyle Busch last year.
But I've heard things about his
Is this man in the 11 car for 2024?
I don't know. I don't know if anything's real anymore. Like, last year, I was so confident, right? There's no way on earth Kyle Busch leaves JGR. How could it happen? But it did. So who the freak knows?
Okay.
Who the freak knows?
Okay.
I'm afraid to predict anything anymore.
Better question.
Okay.
If Denny leaves, does John Hunter get this ride?
100%. That's my call.
Over the 42 car.
Yeah, this is a much better car. Joe has John Hunter under contract, right? Joe gets to keep him if he wants to and put him in the 11 car. Like, if Joe doesn't pick him up, then Toyota will move him somewhere else. But right now, Joe gets all of the first-round picks for Toyota. So I say he takes him.
And Joe is known for turning over successful veterans.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's crazy, right?
He's known for doing it.
He does that. It's where he was in the NFL. Is the only thing I ever come up with. He's like, okay, I'll let you go. I don't care. Like, he just moves
Edwards,
Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch. Bobby Labonte had won the championship, 2 years before?
Edwards.
2 years after they fired? Like, he won the cup, Bobby Labonte, and then like 2 seasons later, they let him go.
Dusty Ray Jr.
Dusty Ray Jr. was there for like one race at Alabama, and then no one ever heard from him again.
Wow.
He disappeared. Him and LS.
Take 5.
Take 5. He got the yellow banners, though.
There's the Take 5 car. Here's what I'm going to say about my boy. My boy better come out and win the race.
You think so?
At Darlington.
That's a good track for him.
He better. I'm just saying he better come out and do it, because if he doesn't, I don't think if he does not start off strong and gain some kind of momentum, I don't think he's going to go too far.
I could see that.
Because he's like in this slump for some reason.
I think he goes deep into the playoffs no matter what. Does he need a win in the playoffs?
Yes.
Most people do, yes.
Yes. The way he's running right now, he's definitely not going to do it on points, is what I'm saying. Like, I think he's got to, but he can win at any moment. Like, even if he has a bad time, like, literally, we can show up and Kyle Larson could pull a win off anywhere we go. Kyle Larson is alien.
Larson should have won in the spring.
Yeah.
Except for Chastain just fenced him.
Martinsville. Okay?
Yeah, he won at Martinsville.
Like, how many times have you ever said there's no way he'll ever win a race at Martinsville? And then he did. He can win anywhere. So he could win the next freaking 10 races, honestly. I believe.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm not. I'll believe anything he tells me.
Wrap of the week.
You know what's going on, Jordan? You got to push the button again when you're done with it, or it keeps staying there.
One more.
When you did it earlier, it stayed that whole time.
Oh, wow.
When I switched it. Yeah, you switched. I don't. Let's talk about camera angles in the middle of the show. You want to? You think people are interested in that? You want to talk about technology?
Speaking of technology, this guy doesn't have any.
He does not.
Speaking of crew, this was a crew chief switch.
This got one too, right?
Yes, with the
two
car,
which is
they're our playoff driver.
And they did definitely switch crew chiefs.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What I was saying earlier, I wasn't sure if the happened for Toyota.
Was this just crew chiefs? Is it crews too?
I don't know about that. See, I'm sure of crews for the other one. I'm sure of crew chiefs for this one.
So, but what was interesting is this is the crew chief that found a lot of success with Austin Cindric in Xfinity.
Oh, okay.
13 wins together in Xfinity.
Well, he's only found one
on the way to
in the Cup together.
Yeah.
So
No. The switch.
Oh,
put them back together.
Oh, so the guy who's with the 21 was Cindric's.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I thought they moved up his crew. I thought his crew chief was the same guy that was with him in Xfinity now.
No, he went to the 21.
Oh, well.
Interesting.
Okay, that could be something then.
Yes.
You know what, though? The one thing when they made this announcement that I was like, man, you're just like not even trying to pretend, is that Penske released a statement that those two guys would switch places, right? And it Wood Brothers is a whole nother company. So it wasn't like they just switched in-house, really. They switched crew chiefs with a entirely different race team, really, technically. You know what I'm saying? So, but it just shows you how much of a say the Wood Brothers have in anything that actually happens.
Or this also goes to show how much confidence. Is this a last-ditch effort for Austin Cindric, or it's like, dude, like we're giving you everything, man?
I'm going to go last-ditch effort for Harrison first, then Cindric.
I think it's Cindric first. They know they can
Harrison got up front for a little while.
Yeah,
he was running decent, and then 28th. If he doesn't, I mean, look, what is he? Had 160 laps, so he's definitely several laps down. He was in the big one, right? Was he like the top finisher of the big one, or did he? No. But him and Dinger somehow got behind. I can't remember. It got kind of boring, honestly, at that point.
Yeah.
The backpack, and NBC only showed me like 3 cars at a time when they weren't on commercial. Right? Well, let's talk about that when we come back. Let's take a break, come back, rejuvenate. You know what would be rejuvenating at this point in life? A trip with White Blaze Outdoors. The one place that you can find relaxation and freedom. Look at that waterfall. Look at that river. Look at that. There's a man going to a cabin. Is it a scary movie? Is it a pleasurable thing? Is it like that movie where they put things in the mailbox and they show up at the chick's house? I don't know. Call White Blaze and find out. We'll be right back after this, baby dogs.
Wrap it up.
Oh, we're back for the final stage of Wrap It Up, and we're going to talk about why no one likes NASCAR real quick, and it's because that
Welcome to this NASCAR show where nobody likes NASCAR.
Television is absolutely terrible
It's
when you watch NASCAR on television.
It's got ridiculous, right?
And NBC is the worst.
Yeah.
Like I've said it a long time ago. I'm gonna go to somebody and tell them to drop the NBC contract.
Something's got to happen. Like
I have that influence.
it's even the guys in the booth. God help Dell Jr., right? He's trying to call a race. He's trying to see what's going on. He's trying to be professional. He's trying to do it right. And like the director, wherever the director is, has no idea that there's a race happening. Dell Jr.'s like, there's a wreck in turn 3. There's a wreck in turn 3. And they're like, look at the pits. How hard is it?
Or
he's in the same place the director is, and he's calling the race. How can the director not see it also? I don't get it.
Or it'll be, good racing, and they're like,
They go to commercial.
Right back after
Yeah.
this break.
Go to commercial. Exactly. That's
Ridiculous.
And
Kyle got to the front of Daytona, and they're like, commercial, and I was like, ugh.
like you
Ridiculous.
said, Dell's trying to be professional, trying to call a race.
Yeah.
But you go and listen to Dell's, the Dell Jr. Download podcast.
Right.
Great podcast. And Dell Jr.'s himself,
Sure. Yeah.
but not on NBC.
That's the
Right.
corn dog
Well, I
man.
mean, he's got to pull some. He'd probably get better ratings if he was himself. Here's a man who has terrible ratings.
There's not a
At
lot
every
of action going
single
on.
course he drives on, he has sucked this year. 29th place. No wonder he wants to go back to Xfinity. No wonder he wants out of the car.
Yeah.
It's miserable running a backpack car, and even at the road courses. I mean, well, Indy, right? Was it Indy? He was doing pretty good, and then Blaney turned him.
Blaney punted him.
That might have been his best shot. So, but man, I had him. What was it? We talked going to the final 8.
Yeah, the beginning of the year, we're like, yeah.
I thought for sure he'd be in the playoffs.
Right. Well, this team sucks.
What do you have? He's the ringer dinger at a road course. What do you have? 17,000 chances at that.
Yeah, and so
What does he have? 2 Xfinity wins this year?
yes,
Nashville
and something else.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But yeah,
was it 2 ovals, or did he get it done at a road course?
I think he had one.
Oh.
Coda.
Yes,
He won at
yeah.
Coda.
Spring, yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and just say at this point, there's no possible way that AJ Allmendinger ever wins a Cup in the history of everything ever. This was it. This was the best thing that could ever happen to him, and it fell apart. His career's going on the way down now. I'm sorry. I like him.
Whoa.
This is cool, man.
Blacked
It out.
Come on,
High
somebody.
Point. The lady in black. Black it out.
There you
I
go.
like it.
They ran this last year one time, and so they brought it back. I do like it, too. I kind of almost wish I'd saved my paint scheme of the week, you know? Just digging it so much. This is somebody who's got to get his crap together so hard, right? I don't know. Stuart Haas says they're not going to 2 teams, which I thought was a great idea. $50 million and 2 cars seemed like you could probably go faster than 4 teams and no Smithfield money to me. But whatever. What do I know? I don't own a team. Tony Stewart owns every team there is.
And SRX.
Right? And, he owns multiple divisions of racing. He owns SRX. He owns the one dirt racing
Owns a
midgets
track.
or whatever. He owns a track. He is racing.
Yes.
He may not be human.
But he's not getting it done at the highest level.
He's not. But is that coincidental, or is that because he met a woman at drag races and they got married and been hanging out all the time?
Do you ever see a manufacturer switch here?
For Stuart Haas?
Yeah.
If the Ford is not throwing money at them, 100%. Because I don't think, there's no think. I know Tony didn't want to go to Ford to start with. He literally said it in the press conference that he is super connected to GM. And literally in the press conference announcing Ford, he's like, it was too much money, so I said yes. You wouldn't come out to the press conference and be like, well, they paid me a bunch, so I guess I'll do it. But he was even that way then. If he could get out of this, he'd go back to Chevy. I mean, remember Joe Gibbs switched to Toyota.
Yeah.
Tony was still in the 20, ran one season in the 20, and was going as fast as he could to get in a Chevy. He did not like the Toyota deal. That was part of why he left Joe Gibbs.
Yeah.
Well, that and he got a free race team. Don't let that.
That'll help.
It will definitely do something for you. It helped Keselowski too. Apparently it worked.
Speaking of, this guy had a crazy week.
Right. He says, again, going back to the thing, he says he's very close to re-signing. So 41 apparently is going to happen with him in it.
He medically cleared this week to go.
Yeah. He flew through the air. He became a bird. He took off. And birds are fine, right? They can do it all the time.
Birds aren't
Take a
real.
look at
How many
this
birds are not real?
mother
Birds
load.
aren't real.
No, they're not
They're
real at
created
all.
by the government.
That's why they're safe, and that's why Ryan Priest is safe. He's not real either. This man's got a
Quincy.
contract. Todd Gillen got a
Yeah.
contract.
Quincy
Front row is
Cincy.
locked up.
Locked down.
Another 1-year deal?
Yeah, well, that's all they do, I think. I think they got big on Smith, and they were going to give him a ride, and then they kept kicking Todd, and Todd kept doing better over at Rick Ware and crap, and they're like, oh, we messed up. Quincy, though, you ever watch that show, Quincy MD?
No.
If you're old, hey, boomers, Quincy MD, I saw it. It was a show in the 70s.
Take
Boy,
a look.
got no
at
other references other than
this
70s TV
mother
shows. We're
load.
scraping the bottom of the barrel around here.
Quincy.
Todd, how does Todd do the rest of the year? You think he wins the Cup?
Yeah. He's gonna get it.
Hey,
Oh, who's that on the car?
here's
What
the
is
smartest
that?
thing
What is that?
Austin has done. He just put his lawyer on the hood of the car.
There you go.
That way, when he runs into somebody from the back of the pack, they know who to contact before it all goes down.
There really does come the money.
They signed a deal, RCR did, for Morgan & Morgan, the law firm, to sponsor multi-year, the 3-car and the 8-car.
Really?
And yes, and the 8-car paint scheme is the exact same. And
With the dude on the hood.
with the dude on the hood, which I'm guessing is one of the Morgans. But here's the big question: where's the other freaking Morgan? There's Morgan & Morgan. They put only one Morgan. Just don't seem right.
That's weird.
Whatever. This is what I think.
Well,
It is
he
trash.
must be the face that runs the place.
I guess. I don't trust any lawyer that has enough money to sponsor a race car.
That's true.
Right? They've done some crooked crap to have millions of
Yes.
dollars to run races. I'm not calling that. Well, maybe you should call that guy. You want him on your side, I guess, right? He's going to rip off
This-
everybody else.
This seems a little desperate.
It is a little desperate because your boy's in 33rd place finishing, and then the standing is
20-something.
it's ridiculous. He's almost 30. I'm not so sure he should even be driving anymore. It's become that ridiculous. He's back of the pack weekly. It's stupid.
He loves it.
Well,
I thought Kyle Busch would make them better. he may have made the
has.
team better, but Austin Dillon himself as a driver is just I'm only using my left hand now. He's doing something stupid. I don't know what it is. Just one-handed. I don't know. He beat Ricky, though.
Oh, you know who's going to smell real good? Ricky.
Does this guy make it out of the round of 12?
Out of 12? No.
Or sorry,
No.
round
16?
of 16 into the round of 12.
Maybe. I don't know. The 16 one's so hard.
About it. I'm not worried about any of this.
Usually there's a lot of guys. This year it seems like it's tighter. I don't know.
Yeah.
And sometimes this year it seems like people get to one track and just, they're amazing. They're the best of the field by far. Ricky could show up and do something big at one track, right? And let it carry him. He ran Irish Spring.
What's in the between? Kansas? Is it the second one?
Kansas.
I don't know.
Kyle Busch is good at Kansas.
Irish Spring.
Who else is good?
Is there a lot of Irish in Kansas?
I don't think so.
I
don't think Kansas has a lot of Irish people, which is weird.
No.
I was thinking about this today. Why is it Irish Spring exactly? What does that mean? Like, I've never even thought about it before. It's just it's a literal type of person. Why is that good? Do Irish people naturally smell better? I've been to Ireland. I didn't notice any difference. I didn't see any springs coming out that I'd take a bath in either. I don't know. It's a weird name.
Ask him.
All the way back here.
But
This man, they were talking, him or Bubba, who's going to make the playoffs? Can he win? Can he be 35th position?
we had a nice
That's
smash.
the corn dog man.
He got hit, didn't he?
He got hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
So did the last place finisher. He got hit real hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens. He, do you think maybe he takes the gloves off a little more?
Oh.
He hasn't made the playoffs. Now it's like, all we got to go for us is wins. Let's just throw some haymakers out there.
That brings up a good question. 10 races left.
Right.
How many races do non-playoff drivers win?
That's a great
7,
question.
10.
Question.
I'm saying, I say 3.
3? Wow. I'm gonna go.
And that even counts.
I'm gonna go-
I'm going to even say, when that gets to the round of 12, I'm talking about the 4 that just got eliminated.
Uh-huh.
They're no longer a playoff driver.
Right.
Oh,
So
you
let's
saying
just go all
they
the way
could-
through, yeah.
You're saying they could still win.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, then, yeah, that makes. I still only want to give it 2. I think it's going to be low, 1 or 2. I think
Chase Elliott's going to get a win now.
You think so?
I think so.
I think Rover looks good for him.
Maybe.
I think
Yeah.
I think the 99 takes the gloves off a little bit too.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think if those guys had it in them this season, they would have won. They would have showed up now, right?
Sure.
I think maybe also. I mean, this is for somebody like Chase Elliott, this is a big hit, right? Championship caliber continually. This may really just mentally ruin the rest of his season. Just not even getting those plays, or maybe it motivates him. I don't know. Chase doesn't actually let his personality out. I feel like everything he says to us is just like, this is what I'm supposed to say. I feel like if you actually hung out with him, he might be a very different person in real life than what he portrays himself. So I don't know what his emotions are, is what I'm saying. Oh, even further back.
Last place.
Got them Richmond water heaters again.
Man, I hope he's okay.
Did
you see the hit?
Yeah, he took it hard. That was. I don't want to bring up anything weird, but it was very much like a Dale Senior hit.
I was going to say the exact
Right?
same thing. It was scary.
Yeah, they glossed over it pretty fast. I haven't heard anything about him having a concussion or anything. So,
speaking of Dale Senior,
what is that?
Man, that's
Free
him
stuff.
on a Wheaties box. Wow, that you should win. But
How would they do that? How would they win a Wheaties box and a collectible tin of Carl Edwards?
All you got to do is just tell us who's going to win at Darlington.
Man, I wish
in the comments down below.
If I knew who would win, I'd win that Wheaties box.
We'll give it to you.
Dang.
For only 99 cents.
What can you do with that Wheaties box? Can they put whatever they want in it? Does it have cereal in it?
No.
Oh,
probably.
Man, the cereal was like a $2 value at least.
I know.
Right?
No.
How much is cereal, Jordan?
Senior.
Oh, so
how much is a box of Wheaties going for right now?
You're a big Wheatie man?
$5 or $6 probably.
Probably.
That seems ridiculous for a box of cereal.
I mean,
Listen,
inflation.
when's the last time you went grocery shopping?
Let me tell you something.
You've been out of this
Listen.
under the earth place.
I think my camera died. I shop for cereal at one place only.
Food City.
No, sir.
Where
I will not pay those exorbitant rich man prices
Where do you get
that
your
the
hamburgers?
highballers shop at Food City pay, okay?
Where do you get your hamburgers?
Food City. Listen, I'm not going to tell you where I get the cereal for a few moments, and then I'm going to tell you, and it's going to blow your mind how much cereal you can get. Okay, we're gonna move on here for a second.
Costco.
Look at this.
You
The
go to
number
Costco.
2 in 37th, way back here. Total
Oh.
suck. We don't even have Costco's, do
How
we?
did he finish
No,
last?
we don't.
How
No,
did
there's
he
still more. There's still 2 more. We had 39 drivers last week, remember?
Oh,
Yeah. So 3 guys missing out. The 2 sucks.
terrible.
Yeah, well, they've got a new crew chief.
Riley Herbst finished 38th
Oh, that's right.
in the 36 car with an accident.
Yeah, can I just say, there were 3 monster cars in the field last week. The 45, the
Right.
54, and the 36.
It's like 1/12 of the field was monster.
Yeah.
Who's
And it
Rick-
looked really weird on the 36 car.
Brandon Poole was last week, I believe.
Brendan.
And now Ryan Newman.
He's back.
Back, baby.
He
Well,
loves
He is
Darlington.
back.
Look,
I'm not
it's
worried
a
about
much
it.
better
I'm
option.
not
than
worried
this
about
guy
any
right
of
here.
this.
Yeah, then Cole. Yeah, definitely. That cold ice cream will melt in those hot cars of Darlington.
Very
You
well.
want a stern. And listen, he drove for Rick Ware while we were at the first Darlington.
Right.
And was he the first car out? No, Brandon Poole, who drove last week, was the first guy out because I think I called it. I was like, wasn't that one of the questions I asked you on the thing?
Yeah. Who's going to be
Will
the-
Brandon Poole be the last place? They're like, no, and I'm like, I'm saying he is.
Yeah.
And he was. Remember, like his transmission went out with like 4 laps or something immediately, like something ridiculous. He had that all white car that was ugly as all
Crazy.
get out. So Ryan Newman's back, the champion of the SRX series this year.
Yes. A
He
solid
won-
race.
Is that something? Does that mean anything? The SRX championship, is that
Means
worth
something.
anything?
Means something.
Something?
For
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
Who did he beat,
Those
though?
are tough cars to drive, man.
Sure. But
I've
who
done
did he
it a
run?
few- I've done it a few times.
Who else was running for that championship other than Tony?
Tony
and like
Stewart, Tony
and
Kanaan,
Ken Schrader.
I think Tony Kanaan raced every
Tony?
race.
Was there anybody younger that?
Haley Deegan raced every race.
So he
You
beat a
just
truck.
asked- you
He beat a
simply-
truck driver and some
listen-
retired people. Who else?
Listen, you simply asked, was there anybody younger? And I answered your question.
You're right. Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. A truck driver and retired people. Did anybody of merit at the moment drive the full? Did Keselowski drive every race?
Listen, I was
Is that right?
there watching Joseph Newgarden in his first SRX car, and it was sad.
Not good?
Joseph Newgarden in that car
I don't miss that one.
is just crazy.
What?
Brad K ran the
every
whole
one?
race. Yep.
Okay. So, well, he beat
Every
Keselowski
race.
for a championship then. Okay.
Huh.
Which is weird, right? Because he used to drive a 6 car, and now Keselowski took it for him, and maybe that's what it was all about. He wants to come back.
Maybe.
All right. Well, that's the entire field all the way through. 39 cars ran last week, 36 this week. Guys, who can do
Accident.
it? Who can do the magic that they do when they do what they do?
What they do, boo.
Who?
It's the start of the playoffs. Are
You
we,
do-
are
you
we
do
picking
it.
the race winner or are we picking the champion?
We're picking the race winner, and then we'll go champion after that just to get a just something different. What do you got, race winner?
Race winner, Kyle Larson gets it done this week.
Oh, that's big. I like that. That could be happening.
Not my favorite, but he gets it done.
What do you think, Justin?
I'm going with the. I'm going to for this maybe the second week in a row for the number 6 car to pull off the win this week.
You're close.
I like it.
I like it.
And he is 5th in all-time averages at Darlington.
That's pretty good.
So
I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be the first one I've ever got right. This one's going to happen. Denny Hamlin wins Darlington.
You haven't gotten one right on camera.
That guy's
Not
second
one
all
right.
season.
that
Not-
guy's second.
Has anybody
in
got
averages.
one right? I don't think any of us. Did you get one right? I was thinking maybe you had one, or did you? No,
We came real
all
close.
3
One
of us
week.
had like second, third, fourth one
Yeah,
week.
yes, I
That's what it
remember that.
was.
I remember that.
Yeah, we got that close.
Yeah.
We picked that. If we could pick 1, 2,
crazy.
3, that would have been awesome. We could have made some money on that. You could really put a what is it called when you bet on the multiple things that have to happen?
It's called a suspension from your season.
That's right. Well, if you're Pete Rose or something.
Hedge
yeah.
bets.
Hedge.
I don't know.
I
Just made that
bet
up.
on,
compound interest.
Parlay.
I bet on
That's it.
bushes more than I do hedges.
Parlez-vous français.
That's it. Parlez-vous français. I went to France once.
All
Don't
right.
go. That's the best advice I can
All
give you
right,
just as a
what-
human. Y'all
You
don't go
say
to France.
Denny Hamlin gets it done this
Denny
week? Y'all?
Hamlin, 96% chance.
He's got a 7.5 average finish there.
That's pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you look at a lot of race average finishes. to have something above a top 10 as an average is like, wow.
Yeah, him.
7's hardcore.
Harvick and Logano are the only three that have a more than a top 10 finish
Wait.
there.
Average start for Larson, 7.2. That's good. Best finish, 2. Larson got second. When did he get second? Was that last year?
Yeah, it's in the 42 to
really?
to Brad Keselowski.
I don't even remember that.
All right.
was
Brad was still running the 2 in
Start
that
of the playoffs.
Rusty
Start of the
Wallace
playoffs.
throwback.
My pick for this
we were
year's
there,
Cup,
weren't we? Yeah, that's right. I never got that diecast.
Cup winner.
Cup winner. Who's going to win the Cup? Here's the points right now.
All
William
right.
Byron. I'm sticking to my guns.
Martin Truex Jr. gets it done this year for the second championship. Final 4 is going to be Truex, Byron, Buescher, and Chastain.
Wow, what a race! I'm saying at this point, I'm still
The camera's on.
Willie B.
Recorded me.
Willie B. still wins the Cup, and my dark horse now is the new king of everything, Chris Buescher.
He got the fire.
He is.
There he is.
I mean, if there ever was a magic man, look at that. Put anybody in that Roush car, win 4 races. I dare you. Dare you. Bring him down here. Get Ryan Newman out of the 51. Put him in it. He can't do it. He had 2 years. Nobody can do it.
Crazy.
That man has powers. And that's all I'm going to say. All right. We appreciate you taking a look at what we're doing here and what we're not doing here. There's a whole lot of that going on. If you enjoyed the show, man, it would be an insanely huge favor if you could just go like our page on Facebook and subscribe on the YouTubes. It costs you absolutely nothing. It is totally free to do that. But, man, could it make a difference to us because we've got a quota to fill. And our overlords, if we don't get these numbers, boy, it's just going to get messy. So help us out there if you could. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, before we take off here?
That guy's
it's good
head
being
was
back with all
exploding.
Talk at the
3
same
of
time.
us.
Sorry, go ahead. Do it again.
It's great being back with all 3 of us.
I'm glad. I'm glad. We got great things coming. It's going to be good. Justin, what do you think?
That man's head was exploding.
Absolutely. All right, folks. We'll see you next year. Have a good